It's your real 2K insider, John Markish, bringing you an NBA 2K18 playoff simulation. So the regular season ended, brackets are finalized. We got some interesting matchups going around that I guess I'll review real quick. So we got the first seed Rockets, Chris Paul, James Harden against the San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi Leonard, I'm not sure if he's going to play. Probably not. The Spurs are finally, not. They've been on top for a really long time. But if Kawhi comes back, they're, they could be a threat. But because the Spurs are seeded so low and have to play the Rockets in the first round, I don't think it's even worth it for him to come back. Maybe if they were like the fifth seed or something, it would make a little sense because they'd be a little more likely to go deeper. We got the Utah Jazz and the OKC Thunder. Jazz had a really
Do you
strong
have a
year.
Play Now roster online for download?
Yeah, they do. Um, this is the roster that we're using, by the way, is that roster. OKC, Westbrook averaged his triple double. This should be a really close matchup. I think OKC is probably a little more favored based on their playoff experience, but Utah is probably just the better team, so it's going to be up to Westbrook to not have like a crazy bad shooting series. He's going up against Ricky Rubio, so that probably they can isolate him a little bit, and Rudy Gobert is going to have a lot of work to do. And we got the Portland Trailblazers at number 3. They locked up the third seed last night. They're going up against the Pelicans. Pelicans, Anthony Davis did very well to get them this far. It's his not have the firepower to get by Portland. So Golden State at number 2 seed is just like actually weird to look at. Um, they get an easy matchup in Minnesota. Minnesota's been tumbling down the rankings since. What's the point? They're even with him. They're not going to beat Golden State, and But this is their first time back in the playoffs and first playoff experience. Same deal with Anthony Davis. It'll be interesting. Actually, they do have a little bit better of a chance because I think Steph Curry's going to be out for the first round, or certainly they don't. The Warriors don't need Steph Curry to beat Minnesota, but the series could be a little closer than it otherwise would be. Depends on the health of the stars. So in the Eastern Conference, we have the Toronto Raptors going up against the Washington Wizards. Toronto's been great the entire year. They really turned a corner this year. I think a lot of people are expecting them to, have a same old kind of approach to the playoffs. Like, oh, they always choke, blah, 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 blah. I don't see that being the case this year. I think they're legit, and they got a pretty easy matchup in the eighth seed, with the first seed, going up against Washington, who's they've been kind of struggling. John Wall hasn't been healthy. I'm not even sure. I don't think he's ready to play yet. Um, and that it's going to be an easy series for the Raptors if Wall isn't healthy and ready to go. They got the Cavaliers and the Pacers in the lower half of that bracket. The Cavaliers lost the control of the third seed going down the stretch. This could be the first year that LeBron loses in the first round because the Pacers are probably just a better team. The Cavs defense has been atrocious the entire year, and defense wins in the playoffs. Obviously, the Cavs shift gears a little bit once they get to the playoffs. Like LeBron's actually going to be trying on that end, but like structurally, they're just not really built for playoff basketball right now. Even with the trade that they made, guys like Jordan Clarkson and Rodney Hood aren't defensive stoppers or anything. And Kevin Love obviously is never going to be a fantastic defensive player. So, they. I want to say that they messed up by making the trade for Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie Irving's not even going to play in the playoffs this year, so they'd more or less be in the same boat that they're in now. Um, Tyronn Lue's not the coach to lead them. The defense is just completely fallen apart since he's taken the helm, and they really need somebody to snap him back into gear, or they need to dismantle one of the two. But this series is ripe for the Pacers for the taking. Victor Oladipo's got like a sore knee that he's dealing with. He's actually in question for the first game, but aside from that, like what a capper for the year it would be for Oladipo to just like steal this series from LeBron. So that's something that I'm going to be looking for in that series. It could definitely go 7. And we got the Sixers, who finished the year on a complete tear. They went like close to 30-5 over their last. I don't know exactly what their final record was for like the second half, but like they were on a run ever since they picked up like Marco Bellinelli and Ursula Ilyasova. Like they really improved the bench. That was the weakness that they had, was they just didn't have that veteran uh, depth on the bench. And Joel Embiid, I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for the first round, but the fact that he's playing against Hassan Whiteside might decelerate him back into the lineup, because those guys have a little bit of a beef going. And it's good to see Miami back in, because they've been coming in like ninth place the last couple years. So they were able to get there. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Goran Dragic versus Ben Simmons could be an interesting matchup. Simmons obviously has the size and athleticism, but Dragic, he's a vet, and Simmons is a rookie, and he's a rookie. He also can't shoot, so it'll be interesting to see how Miami approaches this defensively, because the Heat do have the ability to go small and match up with the Sixers if necessary. Um, Hassan Whiteside has been actually pretty unhappy throughout the year, because he's been getting benched for entire fourth quarters. So in any time that Embiid's out of the lineup, we probably won't see Whiteside. They'll be running with a smaller lineup to match up. And then in
I
the
thought the
final bracket,
Timberwolves are facing the Rockets.
oh, did I get that wrong? I went off Basketball Reference. I can actually switch that real quick. Let me go to NBA.com to get the actual bracket. Thanks for the heads up. One second. Not that either team is likely to win the first round, but yeah, that is super relevant. Uh, yeah, you are correct. Thanks for that. All right. So I guess let me revisit the Western Conference. So yeah, Jimmy Butler, come back for the Rocket series to lose. Not going to change much. Kawhi Leonard, is he going to come back for the Warriors series and get revenge? Probably not. He's going to join the Warriors next year, probably. LOL. Okay. So we got the Celtics and Bucks as the
Can
final
you
Eastern
check me
Conference
out,
matchup.
please? I liked and sub to you.
Oh, sure. Uh, Celtics and Bucks. This series is actually ripe for the Bucks, because Kyrie Irving is out for the year. The Celtics dealt with so many injuries this year. Gordon Hayward's not going to come back for this series. Uh, they confirmed that a while ago, that he's just like done for the year, and Kyrie joined him. So this is going to be a good series for the Celtics to like really develop their youth. Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are 21-year-old, young players. Tatum's a rookie, Brown's a second-year player, and they're gonna have to lead this playoff charge and play heavy minutes. So this is gonna be great for their development, even if they lose in this first round. It's still something. They're matched up against the Greek Freak, who is one of the premier talents of the league. He could be the face of the NBA going forward, as LeBron like fades into the sunset. And this is his first. Actually, I don't think it's his first time in the playoffs, but they were out last year. This is the first time that the team has been healthy going into the playoffs, because they've always been missing like either Jabari Parker or Chris Middleton, and they've been on a tear since they changed head coaches, departing from Jason Kidd to Joe Prunty. The defense got a lot better. So even though they're seventh seed, I expect them to upset the Celtics, based on a gigantic performance from Giannis. But the Celtics aren't going to go down without a fight because they are a veteran team. They do have Al Horford. They would need Al Horford to have a monster series, I think. And that's certainly possible, actually, because the Bucks, who's their starting center? John Henson, and they've got Thon Maker and Tyler Zeller. So Horford and Greg Monroe could do some damage down low. So still be an interesting series, but probably the most likely one to be upset. I would expect upsets for the Bucks, possibly the Pacers, probably 50-50, and the Thunder, because these teams finished with the same record, so it's like tiebreakers, really. All right, so let's actually jump in. Ready for the playoffs to begin? Yep. And I'm actually going to adjust the rotations for the squads. Roster. Or actually, let me just review each team on the rating section. There should be injuries included. Yeah, alright. Cool, so as we can see, Kyrie's sore right knee, 1 to 2 weeks. Not quite. A little more than 1 to 2 weeks. I'm going to actually reactivate Embiid for the Sixers, which I can do from another screen, I imagine. And Kawhi. Oh, this is all players. Yeah. Cool. How do I do that? Or I could just let them recover. Let's actually let them recover, because I don't feel like figuring it out. But I will not. When Kyrie recovers in 1 to 2 weeks, I will not reinsert him into the lineup. All right, let's simulate the entire round. Up. LOL. Dwayne Wade. I don't think I want the CPU to adjust the rotation. Yeah, Ellington gets a lot of minutes. He's actually their sixth man. Oh my god. Two-way players are not allowed to participate in playoff games. So, alright, that's an issue that 2K will need to take care of.
Timeshare 2K18 please. Game.
Oh god, how do I even get to rosters from here? Or like adjust lineup. What would that be, coaching? Coach game plan?
I really need it.
I just clicked on the Pelicans. Why are you... I can't switch team. Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, okay, there we go. I have to move the right stick from the menu, which is annoying. Okay, so it's just not Coach Playbook, period. It's... Bro. This is unreal. How do I change the rotations? Why did 2K make things so difficult? I've been playing for I'm the real 2K insider, guys. How can I not figure this out? Oh my god. Unreal. 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 I'm having a meltdown. Okay, wait. Okay, so have the Pelicans selected, and then go to Coach Game Plan, and then do all teams. Okay. This is how you know I spend most of my time in the roster editing menu of the game, and not in an actual season. So I need to get rid of... He doesn't even have minutes, he's on the active roster. Christ almighty. Donovan Mitchell's down. I guess got hurt in the first game of the series. Yeah, we'll just keep that as their rotation. Burks inherits all his minutes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this two-way thing is something that 2K will need to sort out in their roster. They'll need to take the two-way player status away from guys that are actually going to play in the playoffs, because they're getting updated to standard contracts if that's the case. So, oh my god. I can't... Oh, wow. And I can't put Kyrie in the lineup right now because his injury, like, he can actually play through that. It's a green injury, not a red injury. So, I'll actually have Hayward on the active roster. This is so stupid. Or I guess smart. Okay. This is so stupid. Where did Kadeem Allen go? Oh, he just disappears, like because he's a two-way player. He's not even in the list. Alright, Larkin's in the rotation, so... Alright, did we do it? Oh my god. This is comedy. I should have known that. No! What are you... What? 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 This is the worst simulation, like, of all time. Unreal. Mm, sure. Are we doing it? No, of course not. Get the hell out of here. Oh, alright. Is it too late for me to turn off injuries? What is this? I've never seen that icon before. Are they tied? They're, like, fatigued? Why is Sabonis out of the lineup? Oh my god. I'm done. Oh, Dion Waiters is fully healed. Yeah? I'm done. I'm done. Sure. Sure. Great. Okay. Jesus Christ, what a nightmare. Okay. So, first round results. We had the Rockets beat the Timberwolves in 5 games. That's pretty expected. Not too much to see there. Anything noteworthy? Not really. Harden dominant. Like the whole lineup scored a bunch of points, and Minnesota struggled to do much of anything really. Towns had a big game, at least game 5. Um, but the rest of the team predictably struggled. The Jazz got swept by the Thunder. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we see. Oh, Westbrook had 31-11. Only played 18 minutes. I didn't see him on the injury report. Oh, I guess, yeah, so Mitchell got hurt during that series. And we see he went 2 for 14 on threes. So I guess that could have been an issue in the sim. But I guess the other issue is that 2K has no idea what they're doing with like their like attributes and tendencies and shit. I have a broadcast issue. Okay, I think we had a Wi-Fi issue. Um, so yeah, the, this looks like a joke. The Jazz are all out of whack in 2K, and OKC probably is just a much higher rated team, so they should win in like the video game sim. But I don't know if that's I don't think that's the case at all in real life. So then we got the Blazers versus the Pelicans, and the Pelicans actually steal it from the Blazers in 7. Anthony Davis had 20 and 13. Rondo, playoff Rondo. Mirotic had a good game. And Drew Holiday, overall, all around. And the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard leading the charge, but in vain. And Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things, came back for the first round series. Kevin Durant had 11 points in a playoff game. I don't think I've ever seen that. But Klay Thompson went off, so I guess that's why. Yeah, Curry, the Splash Brothers had a monster game. And in the Eastern Conference, predictably, the Raptors trounce the Wizards on the back of DeMar DeRozan's 30 points. And the Wizards struggled. Bradley Beal 5 for 14. John Wall 6 of 15. Yeah, so the efficiency just wasn't there. And we see Kyle Lowry as 24, 8, and 9 as the secondary player. Alright, we see the Cavs did dispatch the Pacers. Lance Stevenson stepped up against LeBron or something. But LeBron did LeBron things. And Rodney Hood, Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson, all these guys stepped up. Oh god, it looks like Jordan Clarkson is starting rather than George Hill, which I guess is because I had the CPU make the lineups. But I wasn't gonna. It was literally gonna take all day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. And the Sixers were able to pull it out over the Heat. Ben Simmons had a good game. Embiid struggled, but they still overcame. The Heat had a solid contribution across the board. It looks like the series was probably pretty close. Both of these teams are pretty low scoring defensive teams, but yeah, the Sixers over the Heat in 7 games. I can see that happening in real life. And then the Celtics overcame the Bucks on the back of. Oh, great! Kyrie Irving played in this series. Right, because the CPU just adjusted the lineups, and Kyrie doesn't have the proper injury time being out. That's something that 2K will need to adjust, but probably won't. And it's very unfortunate. So already the 2K sim is basically sabotaged. Alright, so Rockets versus Thunder, Warriors versus Pelicans, Raptors Cavs, Celtics Sixers. I would expect the Sixers to prevail in this matchup, but since Kyrie's healthy, I guess the Celtics are going all the way. The Raptors and the Cavs. This is a matchup that in real life, a lot of people would probably expect the Cavs to win because LeBron always beats the Raptors. But I think this is the Raptors' year. Certainly, it's not LeBron's year. Like he can't do it all by himself. Um, he's not. He's not. He's 34, not 24. You know, and or 30. I think he's 33. But the Rockets and the Thunder. Interesting matchup. You know, Harden versus Westbrook, but Harden usually wins out because the team is just way better. Um, but if Melo finally gets it and turns into like Olympics Melo, playing the Rocket style of basketball, maybe they can squeeze it out. But I don't think so. And Golden State versus the Pelicans. Again, a good matchup for Anthony Davis to like really do some damage down low. But the Warriors just have so much firepower that I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, we see the Rockets beat the Thunder. In 7 games. Harden had a big one. PJ Tucker came off the bench. Or it looks like Chris Paul got hurt or in foul trouble or something. Chris Paul fouled out in 16 minutes. LOL NBA 2K. So PJ Tucker gets. What a joke. For OKC, yeah, standard fare. He didn't shoot particularly well. 90 point OKC seems very low. Even if they were blown out, like the score should have been like 140 to 110, not up 111-90. And the Pelicans predictably got swept. Warriors just had too much going on. Curry, Clay, Durant. Durant once again takes a backseat to Klay Thompson, which is a little odd. And the Cavs did beat the Raptors. Kevin Love had a monster game. And DeRozan was great. Lowry was great. Ibaka not so much. Jonas Valanciunas choked away this series, it looks like. Man, if you can't do that against Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love, what are you going to do? And, oh, the Celtics do beat the Sixers on the back of playoff hero Kyrie Irving. 18 of 18 from the line. Way to go, Kyrie. Celtics fans would be thrilled if that happened. Otherwise, I don't see much of anything going on. I don't think this would be close. The Sixers would win this in a landslide, I think. But Ben Simmons 8-6-3. He had a quiet elimination game. And Redick had a very erratic shooting against the Celtics defense. Celtics are still a good defensive team, but like offensively, they're just not a playoff team. let's simulate the conference finals. Wow, the Warriors eliminated. I guess to the Rockets, yeah, duh, that makes sense. And go figure, the Celtics over the Cavs. Kyrie gets his revenge, if only. Yeah. Durant once again shooting fewer shots than Klay Thompson. Something's way off with 2K's tendencies. No free throws for Kevin Durant. And then James Harden was just too much for the Rockets. And Chris Paul didn't pick up 6 fouls in 18 minutes. I'm shocked. Alright. Kyrie, the real MVP, playing through a major knee injury. Greg Monroe had a good game off the bench. Or it looks like he's starting, actually. Greg Monroe's starting next to Al Horford. LOL. And solid contribution for the Cavs, but who shot him out of it? Larry Nance 3 for 9, Jeff Green 2 for 8, Kevin Love 3 for 9, Jordan Clarkson 3 for 12. Yeah, LeBron just didn't get the help that he needed to overcome Kyrie Irving, the Bionic Man. So we got our NBA Final Series. Rockets versus the Celtics. Totally expect the obviously this is the Rockets here, but based on how the simulation has gone, we already know that Kyrie is going to be the Finals MVP. Simulate one game at a time. Oh, Kyrie struggled even in a Celtics win. Oh, the Rockets battle back. Yeah, Kyrie's struggling. He's feeling it, that knee. But he's feeling a lot better here. 22, 5, and 4. Yeah, buddy. James Harden had a good game, but Clint Capella, 8 minutes, 6 fouls. Okay, yep. The 2K Sim engine is a work of art, let me tell you. Kyrie's back, and sorry, Clint Capella, way more than 8 minutes in this one. Yeah. Oh, but the Celtics battle back. Go figure. Kyrie the hero once again. NBA championship. Screenshot. Oh, Al Horford's the MVP. Yeah. Okay. Right. Screenshot. LOL. The Finals MVP with a 12 point per game average. I guess Andre Iguodala did it, right? Oh my god. Playoff statistics. Curry led. Oh my god. Westbrook led in defensive rebounds. Curry averaged 44 minutes a game. Yeah, on whose ankle? Points allowed per game. Oh man, Dion Waiters came back too. That's right. Yeah. Kevin Durant averaged 19 for the playoffs. Seems accurate. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, there's the man. Oh God. Yep. Oh man. All right. Well, the good news is that was just the 2K roster. Um, we already know that it's got a lot of issues that were certainly on display in this simulation. So I'm gonna try with my own roster in a future video, and hopefully that should rectify a lot of the issues that we saw here. My lord, that was embarrassing. Thank you guys for watching this video. Um, keep an eye out for my next simulation. Go Celtics!